For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with once again state champion De'Vion Lavergne with the North Central Hurricanes. Those guys go back to back now in 4 and 5 years. This year they go ahead and win the Division 4 non-select playoff bracket. Tough final game against Franklin. They come out on top 59-55. De'Vion so kind as to take a couple minutes out of spring break to chat with me and reflect on the season. How's it going, man? And how has it been these last few weeks reflecting on bringing another trophy back to North Central?
The spring break going good and just being able to bring another trophy back to my community. It felt good, especially since I'm a senior too. So this was what I'm leaving my school with, my legacy with at North Central. It felt good.
You watched that program get to a point of state championship level success 4 years ago, and now you've had a chance to be a really big part of that continued success. What's enabled y'all to do the things that y'all have done? When you look at the program and what y'all feel like internally enables y'all to be successful year in, year out, what is it? What's kind of the recipe for y'all?
I feel like because we started North Central at 5th grade, but once you 7th grade, they let you try out for varsity. So I've really been on the high school team since I was in 7th grade, but not just me, other starters from this year too. So I feel like just sitting back and watching what it took for them to get it enabled us to do the same thing.
What do you feel like stands out about this year's run? Every year has kind of its own flavor, its own identity, its own special stories and growing pains and learning moments. When you look back at your senior group's last title run together, what do you think are going to be the biggest memories or biggest things that set this one apart?
What set this one apart was, last year it was all 1As before. So before people would be like, we only winning because we playing 1A schools. But this year, we see every school we played in playoffs was a 2A school, a bigger school. So just being able to play upper schools and still come out victorious, it showed we building something special at North Central.
That can be tough. The bigger classification can help quite a bit. You see it play out in a lot of these brackets, but y'all shied away from nothing. Y'all had a couple of bigger wins, but y'all grinded out some battles too. What do you feel like prepared y'all to, regardless of who was on that other bench on the other side of the court, y'all were ready for it? It'd be 1A, 2A, or whoever it was on any given night.
I feel like Coach, he just tell us to always come out, play together, play as a family. And I feel like once we got together and started playing as a family, we started winning more games and streaking.
Take me through. You've had a couple of coaches during your high school career. Coach Brown taking the reins a couple years ago. What was that transition like, and what do you feel like he's done so well, he and the staff, to keep things going and go win these last couple state championships?
So coming in for Coach Brown, we came in the 1 year we lost. So he was coming into kind of a fresh start. But I feel like he did a good job at making all the players feel comfortable last year and this year. He gave everybody the green light. He just instilled confidence into every player. And in games like championship games, you need all the confidence you can get.
You're a guy that can fill up that basket when you have a coach that has that type of a green light, that type of a confidence in you, and says, go get it. How much fun is that as a young player?
It's fun. But scoring, it comes naturally. I try to get my teammates involved so they can have confidence in those big moments as well. Because I know it takes a team to win. So just anything to win, whether that's scoring, passing, or playing defense.
What did you guys, from your perspective, feel like y'all, you were around all this? You mentioned being at that school from really a true middle school age. When you watch the guys that were before y'all, including just a couple years ago, some of the things that Reginald Stoner and Aaron Johnson and Jamari Kane and that senior group were doing, or any of the other older players along the way, what did you learn from them? You mentioned there's kind of this expectation of success, and y'all grow up knowing what's expected. What is that like being around those older guys, and what specific things did you kind of learn from them as younger players?
Oh, I think we learned to focus more on the defensive end because offense, some games we struggle offensively, but if you can hold the team to under a certain amount of points, then you'll be okay. With Reginald, he was our defensive anchor last year. He led us in points and steals. So I mean, but losing him, it kind of hurt us defensively, but we all just had to pick up the slack this year.
What did you feel like were some of your biggest areas that you've taken those next steps forward, developing as a young player, whether it be just from last year into a bigger role this year or throughout your high school career to a point where now we're talking about you as a class 1A outstanding player on the all-state team? What have you been most proud of, or you feel like have been your biggest strides?
I feel like my biggest strides would have to be handling the ball because I went from only playing off the ball because I could shoot, but I couldn't really dribble the ball. So I think after we lost that championship, it gave me drive to want to get better, want to work on my weaknesses and make my weaknesses my strengths, and that helped us in the long run.
And you had, one of your guys, one of your running mates in McKenna Savoy on that all-state team with you. Y'all's relationship and ability to kind of take turns, play off of each other a little bit. How close are you guys just in general, and how good is that chemistry on the court, or how good has that chemistry been on the court for y'all to have this success as a team and kind of lead the way?
Me and McKenna, we pretty close. We talk a lot on and off the court, but I think us being able to play off of each other and playing to each other's strengths is what would make the game easier for both of us. Sometimes he's having a good day, I might be a little off, and he come and he pick me up, or vice versa. So I just feel like having those teammates that you can have that relationship with, it makes the job easier being a point guard and a leader.
No doubt. What's ahead for you? You've heard from a couple of schools for the next level, still kind of figuring out what the move is for you. Who have been some of the schools you've heard from a little bit? What are those conversations like? What are they saying that they've liked about you that's kind of caught their eye? And what are you hoping that they know about you?
I hope I will. I talked to a few schools. I talked to McNeese, Tulane. I talked to Northwestern State's new coach. That's the D1s. I talked to Lee College. I currently hold offers from LSUE, LSUA, Bossier Parish Community, and Clarendon Community. And all of those schools, they like me offensively, but they say they like how hard I play when I'm on the court. I tend to give it my all. I'm big on defense. Coach Brown preaches defense, so that's just something I picked up over time, and it just always been there to help.
Is that defensive effort and just the pride in being a two-way guy, is that kind of the big thing, at least as a young player, that you hope that they know about you, that you're not just a guy that can score, but you will be there trying to lead the effort on the other end?
Yes, sir. Coach Brown preaches that everyone on the court should be a two-way. So I mean, that was our mentality since he's been here.
What else should folks know about you as a young man? Just the type of guy that you are as a teammate, or as a member of a team or a school community, who is when the game winds down, zeros on the clock, and you're heading back to the locker room or heading home or whatever, who's De'Vion Lavergne that they need to know about?
I'm a very respectful kid. I'm a leader in both my school and my community. I go to the nursing homes. We talk to kids at the middle school. We just trying to help the younger group, where the younger age kids know that it's not going to be an easy journey, but just to always keep your head up. It's always going to come back a time when you pushed against the wall, but your response to that is going to determine where you end up in life. And I just think that the different coaches, they put different perspectives into my mind of who I want to be outside of basketball, and that's helped a lot growing up.
I was gonna ask kind of what message you leave to the next group. Y'all had a chance to follow some great players, and now some younger players get a chance to follow y'all's great group. Um, and you mentioned some of that, just the message. What do you feel like y'all's legacy, this class of 2023, the legacy that you hope that, whether it be those younger guys or the teachers, administration, folks in the community, what do you hope they remember about y'all as y'all graduate and head off to the next steps in life?
I hope they remember that we're bigger than athletes. Our athletic status is just a part of our academic extra. So I mean, we want them to know that we do it both in the classroom and on the court. It's not just a one way thing.
There you go. De'Vion Lavergne, all-state outstanding player in Class 1A, member of yet another state championship team out there at North Central, the Division I non-select state champions. And he wants to make sure that all of y'all know, whether fans, coaches, whoever, all-around player, all-around student athlete, he's taking care of business everywhere. And that's a big part of what has enabled that program and that school to have the success that they've had is that emphasis on both ends and, on the court and in the classroom. For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser.